Hello. I hope everyone's been enjoying the conference. Hasn't it been wonderful? I'm really excited to be able to interview one final person, one very important person for PD in a Pocket. That's Anita Jovanovski. She's the CEO of New South Wales Family Daycare, the organisation that's been putting on this whole series for educators. Hello and welcome, Anita.
Great. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. And I really hope that all of you, our educators, have really enjoyed our session today and our various sessions. We've had a lot of fun and excitement putting it together and bringing you some of the best people from the sector as a bit of a finale for the year of this great program. It's only part of the work that I do, though. So we're very, very busy as an organisation. And as you would all know, we are an RTO, and within our RTO, we deliver Certificate 3 and Diploma in Early Education and Care, as well as all of the professional development that we deliver as well, which PD in a Pocket is part of. So we do lots of mentoring and support and committee training and various things, all to help our sector provide the best quality education and care they can, from educators to service providers for those wonderful outcomes for our children and families. We also a little bit different to family daycare, but we're also a really large provider of in-home care. And we're also the support agency for in-home care within New South Wales and South Australia. But one of the other really exciting things that I get to do on behalf of all of you is advocate with both the state government and the Commonwealth government for the very best outcomes for family daycare within New South Wales. And particularly, for example, around COVID-19, we've been working very, very closely with them around gap fee waivers and the best support that we can give our families and our educators and our service providers when we go through really challenging and difficult times. So I get to do lots of exciting things on behalf of everybody, which keeps me very busy.
I've watched how busy you've been advocating for family daycare during COVID-19, and it must be a very big burden to, a pleasure, but also a burden to know that, you're asking government to do the best thing constantly for families.
Yeah, because family daycare is
clear what's the best thing, is it?
Yeah, so, family daycare really is a very important and unique service type for many, many families. And particularly when times of COVID-19, the pandemic, all of those frontline workers, family daycare really stepped up and kept providing wonderful, wonderful care through difficult times. And so that, our workforce could still work and provide us with the things that we need. So, yeah, it's a real privilege at times, but it is challenging when something new raises its head, but we're always there and for those best outcomes for our sector.
And sometimes I think educators and sometimes even services get a bit confused about the difference between Family Daycare New South Wales and Family Daycare Australia. Can you explain the difference? Because you're actually different sorts of organisations.
We are. So obviously New South Wales Family Daycare Association is a peak body, and we are the peak body for educators, service providers and families and our broader community. So therefore we really look for the best outcomes and providing the best support that we can for all of those involved within our state. And as I said, we do that through professional development, we do it through accredited training, we do it through running great programs like PD in Your Pocket, giving people and our members and our educators the support and resources that they need to provide the very, very best quality in education and care. Family Daycare Australia is a national organisation, and they're also an insurance company. They also do some advocacy for the whole of family daycare within Australia. But New South Wales, we just really focus for the very, very best outcomes for New South Wales.
We'd have to say that family daycare's had some kind of bad press over the last few years. There's so many stories of family daycare services rotting, etc. Do you think that family daycare will ever get past that?
Look, I do, Lisa. We did. Again, we had another challenging time where we had a lot of service providers come into the family daycare sector with not the right values or the right beliefs that we all have. We're truly here and, for better outcomes for the children and to provide education and care for those children every single day. And they are really our focus in the work that we do. These other providers came in that really didn't have the same values and focus that we have and beliefs that we have. It was really more around fraudulent behaviour, and particularly around the childcare subsidy and family assistant legislation. And so therefore, really, I think a lot of our families that use family daycare in the quality services that we provide, they didn't actually relate that fraudulent behaviour that was happening to the wonderful education and care that their children were being provided with on a day-to-day basis. Obviously, the media loves to run with things, and they always want, unfortunately, not such a great story. So therefore, we did have an awful lot of bad press and media. But I do believe over the last couple of years, and working both again very closely with our Commonwealth government and our State Department of Education, we are now seeing quite a lot of those providers have moved out of the sector, fortunately, and we're now left with an incredible majority of family daycare services and educators that have really been around in family daycare for a very, very long time and have those incredible values and provide that wonderful education and care for their children within their own home environment. So I think we're coming out of that.
That's good. Do you reckon, do you think it would be fair to say that family daycare is very loved by families, but less so by government? Or do you think government's moving past that now?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good and good question, because I think from the outside, government often is seen as, looking and putting a lot of time into those family daycare providers that weren't doing the right thing. But I think, they actually do. They truly have worked really, really hard, and I've worked really hard with the government and both Commonwealth and state, to keep family daycare a main part of education and care sector across New South Wales, because we are seen as a really unique service that provides incredible care to our families. And I think that they also see that has a very special place for families and children. So it has been seen, and I can see from the outside that maybe we've not been so valued by them, but I think they've been actually working extremely hard to keep, again, us quality providers, educators, services, in the sector to be able to provide the wonderful service that family daycare does and the wonderful work that, of course, all of our educators do on a day-to-day basis. And of course, families love us, Lisa. Yeah, that's without say. I mean, one of the best things about family daycare is, families, word of mouth, they talk to each other, they talk to other family members, they talk to other people in their community. And, it's such a special type of care and such a real closeness form of care. So I think we're okay.
And what about ratings? Like, you've got to say that, family daycare just doesn't rate as highly as other service types. Why is that?
Look, as we've said, family daycare is quite unique and it's quite different. It is in a home. Every single home is so different, and rightly so, because we all have different beliefs. We come from different backgrounds. We come from different cultures. So therefore, our homes reflect that. And I think for an authorised officer, when they're doing visits and when they're doing their assessment and rating visits particularly, when they go into a centre-based service, it's purpose-built, the first aid kit's here, the bottle prep room's there, the toilets are all there, and, they're all in their nice little sort of rooms. But when you come in to assess a family daycare service, we're very different again, because every single home is different. So things are in a different place and we do things differently. And so sometimes for an assessor, it's a little bit harder for them to do that overall big assessment, which, they can easily do and within a service, a centre-based service, where when they come into a family daycare service, they may be going to maybe, 4 educator homes. Sometimes on larger services, it could be 8, it could be 12. And so therefore things are very, very different and done differently. But I do believe, the quality of care and the service type that we provide is of such a high standard, and that, we will achieve to get, everybody will be meeting, hopefully shortly or above. And that's something that the association does. We've done lots of training, we offer training, we put packages together for services, we support them, and we provide resources. So we work really, really closely again with all of our services and educators, and to be able to provide the best quality education and care program and service overall, within their own home that they possibly can.
So there's a lot of educators watching, and obviously some people from services as well. What do you think that educators and services how can they help restore the reputation of family daycare? What can they do?
I think just by demonstrating and showing to people when they are out and about, when they are able to take children on our excursions, and they're talking to other people in the community that they're meeting, and whether it be while they're providing education and care or whether it be while they're out socially. I think it's about just basically talking about the wonderful things that we provide, the wonderful relationship that they have with those children. And I think that it's just really important that we continue to be professional like we are, and to provide the best standard of education and care that we can when we're out and about in the community, and while we're in our own home, when we have visitors. I just think that, it's really advocating all the time, and just showing people the wonderful relationships that we actually take babies all the way through to school and beyond, and have an incredible relationship with their family. I know many, many educators, and I know a lot of our educators out there right now watching this, they would have had families that they've known maybe for 10, 12, 15 years, some longer. So I think it's really that, letting people know that family daycare is an education and care service, but it goes beyond that. It really is an extension to a family. It's really working so closely with that whole family for many, many years in a very close relationship, around their child, of course, or children, because we often have siblings come, and there's often more than one, and we can have a family, as I said, for many years. And it's just about that extension, support, being there. Often family daycare is the first point of call that any family will have. So it's being able to resource that family for the things that they need to, and the other services that they might be looking for or wanting to be able to utilise while their child is going through those early stages and then off to school as well.
Yeah, one of the things that I always say to educators, regardless of what they're from, is to talk to people about what they actually do in their day. I think even, if you look at all your friends, a lot of them think that family daycare is basically just babysitting, and you're providing a babysitting service, and they have no idea about the fact that we follow a curriculum, and the fact that we're assessed and rated. And so I think every educator has a circle of friends. Do all of your friends know exactly what it is, what you do? Do all of your friends on Facebook know what it is that you do? Why don't you start telling them? Because the more people that actually understand what family daycare is, then the more important it becomes. And so I think it's really important just to use our own social networks to get the message about family daycare out. Okay, so as the CEO of New South Wales Family Daycare, what have you thought of this series, of the PD in a Pocket series?
Look, I think PD in the Pocket has just been amazing. I think, and look, I'm talking to the people that have been part of it, for the last 10 months. It's been an incredible program, and the feedback that we've got, and people actually exchanging ideas, and the way that they're working with children, and the play that they're doing with children, and their day-to-day routines with children. I think it's been incredible. So it's been much more than just a professional training program or session. it really has taken on a whole new life. The topics have been incredible. The number of participants, well over 1,000, 1,200 register. It goes from, those wonderful PD session with the conversations, and Lisa, you know this so well because you do the interviews, but with the experts, so really getting the best knowledge as well. It then carries on to, the Facebook page where, we've got hundreds of people on our closed Facebook page for PD in a Pocket, again, sharing, collaborating, extending on the work that they're doing every single day with those children in their care. It's just been incredible. We know that it has for some changed practice and change practice really for the best, because we're seeing that through the photos that they're putting up and the comments that they're sending in, and it's really taken on its own little sort of life form and shape and bubble. And I think it's been incredible, and we've been so proud of it, and we've been so happy, and have to really acknowledge the Department of Education for funding this program, because without them we wouldn't have it. And thousands of educators wouldn't have access to the wonderful training, interviews, resources, booklets that have been part of this. And I think, we're very grateful, and we're really hoping, as all, that this will extend and carry on, because we've all got so many benefits from it. I think it's been incredible. Big thank you to you too, Lisa, because, you've put a lot of work into this. And you have great conversations and interviews with all of those experts.
Yep.
But true. I think you've got a little fan followers as well in our PD.
I think my earrings have their own fan club. I'm not sure about me, but my earrings definitely do.
Probably, absolutely. And I think, our writers, I think, our team that pull it together every week. The presenters have been really great as well, presenting. So there's a lot of thanks to people to make this program as successful as it is. But I think it's just been incredible. I think the topics have been right on. Even when we did our special COVID-19 topic, which obviously wasn't planned when we started pulling all of this together. But I think it's a program that's able to be flexible to meet the current needs and of course all of our educators of what's happening at that time. And also to extend their learning, to extend their interests, and to help them understand and why they're doing such a great, wonderful job with those children on a day-to-day basis in their own homes. So I think it's been an incredible program.
I think so too, but I'd also just like to especially thank your staff, because they've done such a wonderful job on the program and on organisation, etc., gone beyond and above and beyond, and also to all the people that have agreed to be interviewed for it or to be presenters, like each, all these people giving up a Saturday to present, like that's pretty amazing that it's got that much commitment.
It is, Lisa. And I think, in one way, we're very fortunate, because I think that actually shows that, family daycare is very, very much recognised as a really quality education and care service type, and that all of these presenters giving up their time to give us more knowledge and skills and information is because they truly believe in family daycare, and they truly believe that all of our educators out there are doing such incredible work that they are really willing to give up their time and to be with us and to share as much as their knowledge and skills they can.
Okay, so a trick question, we might finish after this one, but what are the best 3 things about family daycare? If I asked you to really restrict it down to 3 things, what are the 3 things you'd talk about?
Well, I guess one of them is the uniqueness, really, that we provide education and care in a home. So what more of a beautiful environment to be able to nurture, educate and grow a child in a home environment. So I think the home environment is really big. But I think, what's really essential for number 2 is that incredible close relationship. So we know that children thrive in really, really close relationships. They really thrive when they feel nurtured, they feel cared for. And yes, when we're providing, education as well. But for us, I think, that relationship is really number one. As I said earlier, we do take babies, we nurture them and grow them all the way through to school and then beyond. So I think that incredible relationship really, really helps our children thrive and grow to the very best developmentally and emotionally that they possibly can. And as I said,
it's funny, isn't it? Like centre-based services are often about having key educators at the moment. And you think, well, that's what family daycare's always had.
Yeah.
One
educator. And I really do. I think the relationship, is really key. And I've spoke a lot about the child because, but it's also the family. So it goes beyond our child. It goes to, of course, the whole family and the community as well. I think another really key point, and I know I'm trying to keep them to 3, but another key point is really our mixed age grouping. So, I'm going to try and throw a couple in here. So it's really that mixed age grouping in a family setting. So, we can have 4 children under school age, so under 6 really within our care, and we can extend that to 7 and with before and after school age children as well. So it's just that beautiful blend of ages, which a lot of people would have in their own home, their home family. Younger children can learn for older children, learning to be respectful. So it's just that beautiful small group of mixed ages as well. So, that's probably trying to keep it to 3 for you, but I think, it's just a very, very unique service type family daycare. And I think that's why it has a very special part in so many people's hearts. It's not just a service type, it goes way beyond that. And I think the majority of that is due to the incredible relationships and dedication of all of our educators and those that are here with us today watching, but, all of our educators across New South Wales and our service providers, obviously, that support them and upskill our educators as well. Yeah.
I can see that you are a very good advocate for family daycare if you take those kind of beliefs into your meetings with government, and it's got to augur well for the sector. Okay, well, I think that's kind of more or less it. So is that the end of PD in a pocket? I notice every time I put the word final into anything, it gets crossed out by you and sent back to me. So do you have hopes that this is final PD in a pocket?
Absolutely, Lisa. I mean, I think we'd all be very concerned if we felt this, was our final session. I think this is our finale for the year. I think it's our finale for 2021. I think we're all excited.
Time 2021 had a finale.
Yeah, I think so. And what a way to go. But I think, 2022 is very exciting for us as well. And, if I have anything to do with it, we absolutely will be having PD in a pocket in 2022, because, as I said, it's just such a wonderful all-rounded program, from all of the resources to the Facebook page to, the experts sessions. It's just incredible. So we're definitely wanting to continue this.
And it's funny, I think some people don't realise that although some people listen to every session live, I know one service that's told their educators every afternoon while they're cleaning up there to have earphones in and to be listening to a session. And so that's how they participate in PD in a pocket, in your pocket.
Yeah, there has been incredible support for this program and feedback, and of course from all of our educators, but most certainly our service providers too. And I know there's a number of service provider staff that also join in some of the sessions and have also got quite a lot out of it. So I think it has really, it's really impacted on all of our service providers, our educators, and the department, because I think the department have also really taken the time to look at what we've been developing and looking at the resources, looking at the information. And I think it's been really good for them to see, the wonderful training and the wonderful things that we're providing for our sector with their very kind, incredible funding. So, yeah, I think it's been quite wide. It's reached a lot of people.
Okay, so thank you, everybody. that is the final of the PD in a Pocket conference. Go away and enjoy the rest of your Saturday and think a lot about the things that you've learned here today. And thank you, Anita, both for doing this interview and for trusting me to do interviews without having too many swear words or things.
Absolutely.
No, thank you for trusting me to interview the people on behalf of your organisation.
Yeah. No, big thanks to you, Lisa, and thank you for your time today and sharing with me. And I just wish everybody a great weekend and enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and look forward to hopefully touching base with you all, if not before, but definitely in our 2022. So thank you so much.